Hey, what's going on, guys? Here is another episode of the Replay Podcast where we talk about all things real estate, talk to successful real estate agents, what they're doing in the industry and how they're so successful. But we have a slight twist. We play some games, we ask some tough questions, and so we have Nikki and Megan here. Tell us a little bit about your guys' selves and how you guys, the duo and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, hello. My name is Nikki Pucci. I'm half of the Pucci Ramos group at Simply Vegas, and this is my partner, Megan.
I'm Megan Ramos. I'm the other half of the Pucci Ramos group.
Yeah. So how did you guys become a duo? How did that come about? Were you guys just best friends and like, dude, let's just join forces?
No, we were total strangers.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about that.
So we were on the same team at Simply Vegas, and it was actually right after we moved over to Simply. We were connected with the same broker, and she was like, "How did you arrange this, getting us to Simply? Because it's a great company." And I was like, "Well, just kind of happenstance." And so we met for breakfast, and it was just like love at first sight. Like you just meet people. Sometimes you just know, like right away, this person is like, we're gonna be a thing.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been in real estate? How long have you been in real estate?
I've been in real estate for 3 years.
Okay.
Megan's been in much longer.
I started out in the early 2000s. I worked for a title company, and then I worked on real estate projects, new construction. So 17, 18 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so my business was originally, and it still is, an interior design business.
Mm-hmm.
And then
She does amazing work, guys. She's like awesome.
Thank you. And so when I started to do real estate, and then Megan was on my team, is really when we met. And then it was we were strategizing for the team as to how we were going to market. Megan has a huge marketing background, and how we were going to create our CRM. And so that's really how we just kind of like sat down one day and realized we had the same philosophies on business and in life. We're both single moms, so we have a lot in common.
Shout out to the superhero single moms, by the way. They're amazing. I want to talk a little bit about your guys' podcast. I know we're on my podcast, but what's up with all the love that you guys are getting?
Oh yeah.
What's that about? How does that? First, guys, when you guys leave those lovely comments, it really helps them.
It really does.
It's like a plus for them. They love the comments, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
they don't like what you're saying, but besides the fact, okay, now that I said that.
Yeah, we had a teaser reel on Instagram go viral recently for the podcast. So it takes, a 37-minute podcast down to 20 seconds of video, and a lot of men who are not really well versed in, life basically came through 3, 4, 5 times a day saying that the only way that women own a home is through divorce and OnlyFans. So we've been proving them wrong slowly.
Yeah.
But no, the original idea for the podcast, we have a podcast studio at Simply Vegas.
Yes.
So it was a really easy thing to just be like, well, why don't we have a podcast? Well, then what would our podcast be about? What would it look like? And my background is storytelling. I was in the news for 16 years. And so, one of the questions that we ask and get asked all the time when we meet new clients is, how did you end up in Vegas? And so that's why it's the Ended Up in Vegas podcast, because everybody has a story about how they didn't plan to be in Vegas and ended up here.
Yeah, that's my story. I came here on a whim, ended up staying, thought I would be here maybe a year or two, and 22, almost 23 years later, I'm still here. And I found like that was a question that comes up a lot in working with clients and people. It's always just an interesting story, especially people who are from not from here. But we also have some really interesting stories from people who live here and who are from here.
Mm-hmm.
Vegas is just a very unique place compared to other places. Yeah, and so it's fun. It's been a lot of fun. I'll admit, when she was like, "Hey, we're gonna do this," I was like, "Have you seen me on camera? you sure this is a good idea?"
Do you want this for real?
Yeah. I was like, "Okay, we're doing it. Okay."
Awesome. So, you guys joined forces as a team.
Yeah.
How did the conversation start with, hey, let's get this podcast going? Like, who was the first one that brought it up? Okay. You were the first?
She called me and was like, I have this idea.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then, so Like
And
the
then
name,
we-
everything. How like
Well, I mean, I get all my best ideas in the bathroom.
Right.
So I don't know. I was
Shower
either in the shower, like go and pee. I don't know. I thought
whatever
of it
you
in
do,
the
that's
bathroom,
totally
okay?
fine. Yes.
But yeah, that's where it kind of, I mean, like it hit me, and then I was like, this is so easy and obvious and will lead to so many different stories of, you know, just, we're all like 3 degrees, we say less than 3 degrees of separation in Vegas because it's a huge place, but it's still such a small place.
It really is. Like super small. Well, I
Yeah.
was just telling you guys my story about my house. I'm like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah. You were gonna say something?
Yeah, well, I think it's 1 degree of separation here
1 degree.
in Vegas. I do. Because I can't tell you how many times I'm talking to somebody and like, oh, you know that person? Oh, I know that person.
Yeah.
It's like one person separates almost everybody here.
So what's the goal of the podcast? What's the plan? What do you guys see? Where do you guys see the podcast going?
You know, one of the goals that I have for the podcast is to inform people about what it actually feels like to live in Vegas. Because
yeah.
I think people outside of Vegas, you know, for a long time, we've been this very kind of shallow, transient place.
Yeah.
Where people are known for closing their garage doors and not knowing their neighbors. And I think that the goal is to let people outside of Vegas know that there is community and belonging, and you know, that you can build roots here, and that people enjoy living here, and that it's not just, you know, what they see on the strip, that there is a heart of a community here.
That it's normal.
Yeah, and I think it's changed a lot in the last 8-10 years, where people really are looking for that community. They're looking for that, and they're developing it, and they're growing it, and they're adding to it, and it's been a real transformation from when I moved here.
But I don't even think it's normal. I think it's abnormal in a really great way, because we have so many people here who come from all different walks of life, all different parts of the country, internationally. Like, there's just so much variety and culture to be had here.
Yeah, and I tell my friends when I first moved here, they would always say, "Are you partying a lot? Are you gambling? Like, what do you live on the strip?"
Yeah.
Like,
What hotel do you live in?
yeah, I was like, no.
When I first moved here, and that was one of the things we talked about when I first moved here, and even the first few years when I would get clients coming in, like, well, do you live in a casino? Do you live in a high rise? Like, no, we have houses. Like, we live.
Do you
in
walk down to the casino and just?
Do you go to the strip?
No, yeah. I tell people, I was like, look, Vegas is like the best of the entire country.
Yeah.
For me, because you have skiing, you have the lake, you have food, the best hotels. I love Vegas. I'm kind of like you. I came here 14 years ago now, and I just decided I love this place, and I'm not going to leave. Honestly, I thought I was going to be here for like 3 years.
Okay.
And then I saw how expensive LA was. Like, I can actually buy a house here. I can, do stuff. I can go on vacations. So I was just like, I'm just gonna stay here. And my mom was like, come back.
When I moved here in 2000, it was, you can have a washer and dryer in your apartment. It was like, you can have your own room. We were looking at apartments in Orange County, and it was like my best friend and I were going to share a studio. And I had a friend that had moved here, and she's like, we have a washer and dryer in the unit. You can have your own bedroom. I was like, okay, where do I?
Where do I sign?
Where do I
Please,
sign?
I want to
Yeah.
get on this lease. So let's talk about your guys' business now. Now that you guys joined forces, how has that been? What are some challenges? What advice would you guys give individuals who are wanting to join a team or wanting to start a team?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Tough one. I think you need to examine your own individual strengths and really, any partnership is a huge commitment, just like marriage or anything else, and really make sure you understand what your goals are and what your strengths are, and that you're really thinking through how the partnership is gonna meet the needs that you have and what you can bring to the table.
So now, what are your guys' strengths? Like, what are you good at that she not necessarily isn't the best at, but complement each other? What is that? What have you guys figured out between you two?
I think Megan is very meticulous and organized, and she thinks things through very much more than I do. I'm like, all right, let's do it, let's go, let's try it. If it doesn't work, we'll just keep flowing with it. Like, it can be imperfect, we'll just run with it. And social media has kind of just been one of those things where I'm like, you know what, we'll show up. If it's not perfect, it's fine.
I love
And
that.
we'll keep on going. So I think that that's where we teach each other. And I see, it's interesting that you asked that question, because I see other partners in business, and I ask my friends who have had partnerships go bad in business, and or whatever it is, and I've seen those things fall apart. And I think that the biggest thing that we do that is going to carry us really far is we treat each other like we want to be treated.
Yeah.
We nurture each other, we help each other, we talk really frankly to each other sometimes. And it's not just about business, it's about medical issues or kids or
Life.
whatever it
Yeah.
is in life.
Yeah.
And we're supportive and understanding and empathetic. And I think all those things have to go into a successful business venture where you're looking, when we sat down originally, we were like, how do we want this to benefit our kids and our family, and not just be, a couple of years together, make
Yeah.
this a real long
Like a business, an
relationship.
actual,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love,
It's
are you,
definitely a relationship, and I think going into it and really fully understanding what you expect, but also the thing about our working relationship and our friendship is that I feel like she elevates me. She pushes me to do things that maybe I wouldn't be comfortable with doing. She sees the best in me and brings out the best in me. And I think that that's something that's really important in a partnership, because in this business, there can be a lot of things that really, I won't say can be demoralizing, but you can question yourself a lot, because you're navigating the ship on your own. And so yeah. And just like, obviously camaraderie and, we really had a similar vision for what we wanted. And I think that really has helped a lot.
Yeah.
so now, brand new realtor, do you recommend that they join a team that's already established, so that they learn the business, they learn the ins and outs, they kind of get to pass the errors that new realtors make? What would you tell a new realtor?
I would say, just find a friend. If it's not a team, find a friend right away. You didn't learn anything in real estate school that's going to actually help you do real estate. You learned things in real estate school that are going to keep you from being fined and being an idiot.
Yes. Okay.
But hopefully you weren't that way in the beginning, and
Yeah.
you know ethics and you have morals. But find someone who knows what they're doing to kind of help you. I think all of us in real estate need that. If you're working independently in real estate, I'm sure you're struggling in a lot of different areas. And that's where we really complement each other and help each other. Is the first relationship that we have is with each other, and then that benefits our clients. But we can't help anybody unless we can help ourselves.
I love that. So now, changing gears a little bit, or switching gears, are you also interior design, somewhat interior design?
I have a background in new construction,
Okay.
and so I'm not in interior design, but I handled model merchandising for several builders, and I have an eye for design. It's one of the things that draws me to real estate. So, not in the same way that Nikki does, but I have kind of a more construction-based eye for design.
So you guys, that's kind of like an added bonus to work with you guys, right? Like, hey, look, I understand new construction or that aspect of the business, and I can design your home. Like, if you want, you have the entire package. How does that benefit you guys when you guys are speaking to potential clients, or like the higher end clients that would get that?
Yeah, I mean, it gives us the opportunity to collaborate on so many different projects. I mean, we were just discussing a couple of hours ago that Megan has a client who's already built a custom home that she's listed, that he plans on building another one. So, that's where there are going to be a lot of collaborative opportunities for us.
And I see that, so I've seen some of your like projects, and they turn out beautiful, by the way. So
you.
reach out to her if you guys need her services. When they're building, in the building phase, do you say, hey, look, you should really do this because this is really functional. This is how you'll get the most use out of X, Y, Z. Or how does that look like in that service?
Yeah, so if you're building a brand new home with a builder, I'm going with you to every design consultation that you have. Usually a design appointment's 5 or 6 hours, and you go through all of the electrical and all of the mechanical stuff that you're adding. And I tell you what to add now, what to add later, as far as what's going to be better for your budget. Because people don't realize when they add things to a new construction home, not only are you paying the upcharge of the price that the builder is passing off to you, but then you're financing it for 30 years. So it's exponentially
Interest, yeah.
more than what you would really pay
Yes.
after market to do it. Some of it's, you know, advantageous to just wait on. And even the minute that you close on a house, rip out the flooring or do certain things that will make you happier living there. And
So you suggest get the cheapest flooring, rip
Yeah.
it out, and then put something nice that.
yeah,
that-
flooring is their biggest line item. Most, you know, flooring with builders, most builders minimum $25,000-$30,000 for anything upgraded.
Yeah, when we did our flooring, it was I think the downstairs was like 2,100 square feet. And of course, I hired my brown people. And it was, I think, 7 or 9 grand. So yeah, that's a huge difference.
Yep.
So that's where they make a lot of it. Guys, see, that's why you need a realtor, right? When you guys new build.
Well, you need a realtor who's you know, able to help you with those types of things, and not all realtors
Yeah.
can.
Markup for most builders is anywhere from 25 to 50%. So they're there to make money, and if you're going to choose those options, you want to make sure that you're getting your dollars going as far as possible.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna switch gears again. We're gonna ask you some questions.
Okay.
I want
We're
to see your
ready.
guys'.
We do Kiss, Marry, Kill on our podcast. Do you?
Ooh,
Yeah.
no, wow, that's fun. Jeez.
Somebody was like, "Fuck, Marry, Kill." That's not it. And I was like, "Hey, you know, like."
I
it
mean,
just
technically
depends
yes, but I
on-
mean, it depends who you're talking to. But yes, we could do that after these questions. I like that. These are just like very. So last episode we played Connect 4, and it's just a way to like relax a little bit, stop being so. All right, so this part of the podcast, we'll ask you guys questions. These questions are geared things about Vegas, real estate, and mortgage. Just want to test your guys' knowledge and see. So no pressure, okay?
Okay.
All right. What is the tallest building in Las Vegas?
Is there a buzzer?
A, the Strat, B, the Wynn, or C, Aria?
I mean, the Strat.
Stratosphere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
yes,
on,
correct.
come on, Ivan.
I gotta start easy. I
Novice
gotta
questions
start
here. I'm a
easy.
native.
All right, fine. In which year did the famous Las Vegas Strip officially get its name? 46,
Okay.
50, or 64?
Ooh.
64.
I think she's
Final
right.
answer?
Yeah.
50.
50.
1950.
Okay.
Yes. What type of mortgage is an FHA? Adjustable rate mortgage, fixed rate mortgage, government-backed mortgage.
Government-backed mortgage.
Okay. Yes,
That's
is
one
correct.
thing they teach you in real estate school. One thing.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
What an acre is.
Yeah. Can you?
What
you know?
is an acre?
That's there. Yeah.
43,560. In case you guys need that, all right?
4560.
What type of loan usually has the lowest interest rates? A, conventional, B, FHA, C, VA.
VA, yeah.
Conventional.
Conventional?
VA. I'm gonna stick with it.
VA, yes.
Okay.
Look at this. What does
I'm gonna be in
LTV?
mortgages any minute
I'm
now.
gonna become a loan officer as
I'm
well
gonna-
now. What does LTV stand for in mortgage
Loan
lending?
to value ratio.
The son
Go
of a
ahead.
bitch. There we go. All right. A, right answer. How many casinos are on the Las Vegas Strip as of 2021?
Oh.
22, 30, or 40?
Oh, you know, I was gonna say 20 something.
I'm gonna go 40.
I mean, you're counting the smaller ones too. Yeah.
All of them are-
Yeah. 40.
40? 30.
30.
sakes.
30. Son of a bitch. In real estate, what does CMA stand for? You guys know it. Come on.
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. Look at this. All right, this might be difficult because I didn't know this. What is an example of a real estate investment trust? A property management company, B, a real estate brokerage, or C, a company that owns and operates income producing real estate.
Yeah, that.
Son of a bitch. It was hard for me, whatever
Yeah.
it is.
I should be firing right now.
What is the capitalization rate used for in real estate? A, calculating mortgage interest rates. B, determining the profitability of an investment property.
Yeah, that.
It's determining the return on investment.
Okay, here's a bonus question. Fine, whatever. They did pretty decent. Which Las Vegas hotel and casino, known for its famous neon sign, was originally designed as a motor court with a few dozen rooms when it first opened in 1941? A, the Golden Nugget, B, El Cortez, C, Tropicana, and D, Silver Slipper.
I just hope it's El Cortez
El
so that you
Cortez.
can say that again.
El Cortez.
What year?
41.
I'm gonna go with El Cortez because I don't think the Tropicana.
Wait, what were the other options? No,
The Nug,
Golden Nugget.
Golden Nugget,
Yeah, Golden Nugget was here.
Tropicana, Silver Slipper. And then
I want to say the El Cortez might have been 30s, but I'm gonna stick with it.
sticking with it?
I'll go Golden Nugget. One of us got to get it
Silver
right.
Slipper. I've never
Oh,
even
okay.
heard of that
Well,
place. What is Silver
I don't
Slipper?
know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's here.
No?
There's a Silver Nugget.
No, Silver
I've-
Slipper's downtown, right?
I've never seen a Silver Slipper.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you guys did great. What do you guys want to leave? What do you guys want to say? Kind of.
What? What did she say?
Actually, the producer wants to do Marry Fuck
Yes,
Kill.
yes, yes.
Okay.
It's
Ooh.
hard. It's hard. Okay, so you know what we did? Here's what we did. This is I'll play with you.
All right.
So we did Kiss, Marry, Kill with our broker. So we did, and the options just don't get better, right? So Excalibur,
Okay.
Tropicana, Circus,
Oh my
Kiss,
God.
Marry, Kill.
Circus, I'm killing because God, it is just disgusting.
Yeah.
And then we, yeah, it's scary.
Yeah.
So we got Tropicana. What else?
Tropicana and Excalibur.
I will marry Tropicana because it's
Yeah.
it's
Nostalgia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then I will kiss Excalibur, even though that's also
Yeah. I mean, a turkey leg won't kill you.
Yeah.
Like the show is,
kind of.
it's classic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. What about you? Okay, what did you guys pick?
You know, I haven't even thought about it.
No, let me. Okay,
Your turn.
El Cortez, Golden Nugget.
Uh-huh.
Give me another one.
I'm so bad at casinos.
You got to make them all
Yeah.
bad choices.
All of them. What's another? Oh, the Plaza. Yes, the Plaza.
Yeah, I don't think I have any memories at the plaza, so I'd kill that one.
Okay.
I would kiss El Cortez and
Ooh.
I would marry the Golden Nugget because I have memories there.
Yeah,
Sorry,
me
I would
too.
agree with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, well, I would marry El Cortez
El
because that's where I met
Cortez,
my
yes.
my wife. Yeah.
Oh, that's
At a-
lovely.
At an ATM machine.
That's
That's
so
where we
funny.
first met. And then she forgot about me that night. She got drunk and went with another guy.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
It was a guy she was like sort of, babe, I love you. It was a guy she was sort of like, not seen, but like hanging out with. You guys know that
You
that
turned
stage?
this right around, though. You got
Yeah.
2 kids with this woman. You got her
Look,
locked in for
we
life.
started dating. We got engaged in 6 months.
You did?
We got married 6 months later. And look at us, 2 kids.
Look at you.
Almost 5 years. I think
my
5
gosh.
or 4.
How old are your kids?
2 and 7 months.
Using homes as your
That's it.
investment
That's
vehicle.
right. Yes,
I
that's
love
it.
it.
Funding vacations and babies. She
Yeah.
wants more, but
She's a pro.
she really is.
That's for another.
Yeah.
This is another episode. But
Yes,
she's a pro.
Yes, she is. So, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Ladies, what do you guys want to leave our guests? What do you guys want to say? How can they reach you guys? Where the podcast?
Yes.
All that good stuff.
Find
before
our
we leave.
podcast on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. It's called Ended Up in Vegas.
Yeah, I think
Handles, personal handles.
Personal handles, Tambourine Home.
Meg Holmes.
Why tambourine?
Okay, it's a story. You want it?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay, so Tambourine came about. I was changing my password. I worked in the news business and I had a password that needed to be changed, and I had been using the same one for like a decade. So I was like, you know what, we need to find something that's original, that's unique, that feels like me, that's just like very specific to me.
I love that.
And I thought of the word tambourine, and then about 2 weeks later, a coworker of mine brought in a book for all of, like every birthday, every day of the year. And every day had an instrument that went with it for everyone's particular birthday. So when I looked at my birthday, it said that my instrument was a tambourine. And I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Destiny.
I was
Look at this.
I told the whole newsroom, I said, I just changed my password to this 2 weeks ago. Are you kidding me?
That's
So,
fate. That's fate.
It was fate. And it's just something that felt like me. It's a little quirky, a little off the wall. It makes jingly sounds. So, you know, why not?
I love it. I love it. You guys are both single parents, as you guys mentioned. How is that with real estate? How is it managing and all the schedules and all that fun stuff? I know your kid kids are older, right?
Yeah, my kids are a little bit older.
Yeah.
I have teenagers. Megan's kids are a little bit younger, so.
Yeah, mine are 8, almost 9 and 11. So for me, real estate it's kind of it's a perfect thing to making sure that, and I think that's one of the areas where we're really aligned. Like for me, it's really important that my family come first and that my kids come first. So I love real estate, but first and foremost, being there to drop them off, being there to pick them up. I worked in the corporate world. I worked for home builders, and I went to, my mom helps out with my kids a lot. And I remember I always took them to school and I worked that out in the schedule. But after my divorce, I remember one day my mom was out of the country with my brother, and I went to go pick up the kids, and they just like, they get in the car and they download everything that's happened to them and during their day. And I was like, I didn't realize how much I was missing. Yeah. And like by the time I would get home at 6 or 7, they're like, their date, like that's like yesterday's news, like they, you know, and I realized how much I was missing. So when the opportunity came up to come back, it was wonderful because they're a priority, but it works really well. Like I can be working after I pick them up from school. I can work on weekends when they're with their dad. Like it's just a perfect segue to making sure that they come first.
Flexibility is awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, the worst thing as a working mom, single or married, the worst thing is to have coworkers or be in an environment where you get judged for your kid being sick and you needing to go and be with them. And it's like our number one priority is always going to be with our kids, and we're always going to respect and value people's time and, you know, whatever comes up in their lives as well, without any shrugging or rolling of the eyes or anything, you know, like that. And I think I was thinking of this morning actually. My kids, you know, are now at the age where one of them is driving, so there's an autonomy level there now that's different. But you know, for years I have thought I just can't do it all. I can't do it all. And I sometimes still feel like that. I mean, that's what all moms and a lot of dads feel like, I'm sure too, is we
100%.
grapple with, you know, being, we have the guilt of when we're at work and we're totally focused on work that we're lacking in giving attention to our kids. And when we're with our kids, we're feeling like we should be working. And, you know, there's always that guilt there. But, you know, real estate is great because we can really do it from anywhere. We can do it any time of day. You know, if we need to send emails or send docs out or things like that, that can be done at any hour. Yeah. And you know, when it comes down to it, you just realize life is so short. It's one of those things where it's like, if we can add value and improve the actual enjoyment of people's lives and of our own families, then that's going to be, you know, above and beyond anything that we can do as a professional service for anyone.
Yep, I love that. My wife, at times she says you have to have grace, like for yourself, for your kids, for your partner, because we're not perfect. We're all like, yes, there's so much going on, like in your life, my life. Like you guys could have been having a shitty day today, right? And now you guys are here, beautiful, looking great, looking awesome, having great conversation. But we don't know what's going on, like.
Right.
So, well, ladies, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming on to the podcast. Thank you so much. Guys, I hope you found some value. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next episode.
See ya.